my buddy Dash for this episode of Double Take. Dave, I just said joined by Dash, but we're joined by Dash
Talking
and
in
Dave.
the third person.
Third
That's
person.
so weird.
The way you feel.
Evening. Evening, everyone. How's
Hi,
it
Bones.
going? So it's one of those nights. Yeah. It sucks. We're gonna yell about it, talk about it, bitch about it. I'm sure some asshole will come in with the allegri out about it. That's cool. I can get angry here. Come at me, bro. Oh man, they're so annoying. But welcome everyone. Thanks for joining us. Yes, the post-game loss to Empoli 4-1. What's y'all moods look like? I'm disappointed. I'm super disappointed.
Yeah.
I think so. The 20 minutes we took sort of off air here, we found out about the -10. Now we haven't even talked about that yet because. And I checked, and there was a statement on the Juve Twitter that got taken down. I'm like, oh, I almost was able to talk about it. But yes, -10 points. Current standings puts us at 59 points, just behind Roma, 7th place. 2 games. 2 games left on the table. Milan, big one, obviously. But what effect did that have on the team tonight? Like literally finding out as they were like coming up onto the pitch. Okay, Frankie read the statement before I got taken down. I read like the first sentence and then there was the show more. And for whatever reason, I hit refresh to get like the actual latest stuff. It was very corporate, generic, sort of like we're taking into account what happened sort of nonsense. Like, sure, yeah, they're going to say that. But it's just, I mean, it's a shitty day.
Yeah, it is. No, I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to keep up on stuff too. That's going on too on the news and Twitter and all that stuff. It's
And we'll open up the lines as well. I know Misak wants to jump in on here. Yeah, we'll just kind of get people rolling in, give the quick post game. People are going to want a bit of a breakdown, I guess. So we'll do that just for the sake of doing it real quick. Spend 5 minutes, whatever. Get it over. Okay, so we dominated the first 27 minutes, conceded a penalty. Everything went downhill.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and David Elliott talk here saying, I heard it from the CBS commentator as they came on top of the pitch and was like, what the fuck? So yeah, you're hearing it just there as the players are coming up, as the announcers, like they obviously just got the news. First thing that's going to be coming out of their mouth. And I found out when we were doing the countdown.
I know.
And I'm just like, well, how the fuck do I do this now?
Well, they dropped it. They dropped a stealing pile of dog shit on us with that one where we're getting ready to do kickoff. And then all of a sudden CBS is like, oh, hey, -10 points, by the way, everybody. And it's like, the crazy thing is I had FOTMOB on and I literally just see us go from 2nd to 7th.
Oh, you saw that, eh? Oh, man.
It was just like, whoop. And I'm like, did I just do something? And then it was like, nope, FOTMOB updated it. That was...
It's all sorts of fucked up right now is what that is.
It is. And the thing is like, it's...
I love this quote too. I use it all the time. It's raining sideways.
It's gonna rain.
Oh yeah, no, the Family Guy weather dude. Blackie weather.
Blackie Weather Report. That's what it is. The Blackie Weather Report.
Yeah, no, it's
And a live look at FGIC. Juventus minus 10 points. All right. Thank you for that one.
Yeah, thanks for the humor as well, everyone. I like when you guys throw that in, of course, because we need it in times like this.
We're gonna get into it. I think we're also gonna, have some fun here. We're gonna joke around, but also we're gonna get into some serious talk here. But I kind of want to bring this up, guys. Can we get off the hype train of Dusan Vlahovic, please?
Okay, so this is like the official statement from Dash. I think you just need to monologue.
Seriously, how many excuses are we gonna make for this guy? Oh, he was flat-footed on that tap-in that he could have scored in the first 15 minutes of the game. Like, come on now. The dude's trying to do bicycle kicks and have volleys outside the box. And also Alexandro, too, was some boneheaded possession play there. But that's the one thing, because the thing is, and I've seen this constantly for the last couple of days, is like, why are we married to a guy that's only been here for 18 months? Can I ask?
I'm ready for the divorce, quite honestly.
Can I ask that? Like, the thing is this, like, I'm just really curious. Like, why? And I asked this internally with our folks at TG in our private chat, where I'm like, why are we still married to this dude? He's done nothing for Juventus. He hasn't accomplished anything.
These guys have just been entertaining us, apparently, because we were, admittedly, we're like, give it a little bit more time. He's just not having a good run of form. It'll come around.
Because like I even heard the CBS report, or the Paramount Plus report. He's like, I think Rocco Commisso did one of the greatest heists of the century by selling him for $80 million. Like, even Paramount Plus is saying that, and I usually troll Paramount Plus. Yes. Like, one of the commentators is like, yeah, Rocco Commisso with the heist of the century, literally. So it's like, I don't know what else. Like, why are we making excuses? Like, for example, we buried Higuain, but we won't bury Dusan?
Yeah, I mean, when you put that into perspective, yeah, I think it's time to get the shovels.
Because, like, the thing is, and this is a good take by Max here. Max is saying, I think Dusan can be really good in the right team, but we ain't it. And we can't allow us that he flops financially. If some dumb prem club comes, you do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
The thing is, in that is hands down one of the most best takes I've had with that stuff. It's like, why are we defending this guy that clearly needs to have a system around him that isn't elite? Like, for example, Higuain went from Sarri's system to Allegri system and still performed. And yet, like, I remember we used to literally burn down Higuain for the smallest things. But now it's like with Dusan, it's like, let's protect this guy at all costs. No, I'm sorry. The guy's an average at best striker that we overpaid for. Because Higuain in his first season accomplished more than Dusan has. And what? It's the coach.
Yeah. No, there's a good reference point in that. Absolutely. And when put into that perspective, again, like, for the money, if somebody hypothetically throws 80 million at you, like, I heard the rumors that,
Chelsea,
yeah, Chelsea. And I'm just like, if that's remotely true, it needs to be a yes right now. This time the paper.
I don't understand. Like, I heard people like, no, I don't want to sell him. He's a killer. No, you sell him. You need to sell him. If you are getting that money, you do it, because we need other stuff. We need other stuff to fix, dude. Like, exactly like Nick Forno saying, I remember back when we turned down 60 million for Sandro.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, it's one of those things where it's just like, we're burying him. And then, so he did. It's hit or miss with him when it came to missing in Champions League games, Nick. Because, like, for example, for Monaco in the semifinals, he showed up and absolutely bossed that semifinal against Monaco. Whole team took a shitstorm against Real Madrid in that final, but he had some decent moments in knockout stages. But the thing is, it's just like, why are we getting to that point, though, as a fan base? And I think we need to do better as a fan base, because it's like, we pride about talking about Juventus legends like Chiellini, like Del Piero and whatnot, and yet we're married to Dusan Vlahovic. Like, that's what surprises me. Like, I can understand, like, Paulo, I can understand, because Paulo was with us for 6-7 years. And it's like, it's tough where it's like, oh no. But, like, the fact that we're married on a guy that's 18 months and hasn't really, and if anything, he was probably going to do what did to us. And it's like, yet people are still married to the guy. Let's get to some of these chats real quick.
Yeah, what do you think about this? And this is kind of a hot take. He wants Fajoli as the only untouchable one, right? Makes sense. But he'd rather have Paredes than anyone else in our midfield.
Yeah, because the thing is like,
maybe this is a talking point. It is a talking point. Paredes showed up the past couple games.
Paredes has shown up, but the thing is like, ironically, so if you look at our midfield outside of Rabiot, nobody else really starts anywhere else. Maybe you could argue Fajoli, but I'm saying take Pogba out because Pogba's injured. Because, like, for example, if you take our midfielders and you put them on Inter, who starts? None of them, besides Rabiot, have a clear chance of starting. And even then, it'd be tough for him to start over Barella. And then if you
if you look at a Sassuolo where Locatelli came from, I think a team like that he starts.
I think but I'm saying top echelon.
Sure, okay.
Because like the thing is like I love Loca, but he's good defensively, offensively doesn't really offer much.
Again, I think it more so comes down to that squad composition.
And
you do want a guy like that on your team.
You do. But again, it's like, for example, you look at it and it's like, even in the Euros, like he only broke out that game against Switzerland and then that was it. Like, I mean, you had the midfield trio, Verratti, Barella, and Jorginho. So it's like midfield quality wise, outside of Pogba and Rabiot, it's not up to par. If you look at it defensively as well, I think maybe Gatti and Danilo have been the only ones, and then Rugani for cameo appearances have been the only ones that have really performed. If anything, the team overall, as far as player quality, outside of maybe 2 or 3 individuals, underperformed greatly. Nick is, so I think I addressed that earlier. So Max is saying, what bothers me about Allegri, besides all the failures, is when I go, Dave. When I get back 2 years ago, it seems kind of harsh, like a guy with a real man who is afraid to speak up to problems and bring it. The thing is like, so Mina actually tweeted this recently, a couple minutes ago, and I read it, and she makes a lot of sense where she's like, everyone's kind of blaming on the coach, but you got to remember the players that they brought him. Like, for example, when Allegri came back, it was Cherubini and Arriva Bene. Did they make some of the best decisions? No, not really. So the thing is, it's like, I see in the comments, everyone's saying Zidane. He's not going to fix anything. If anything has come across this season and last season, we need an overhaul.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Fajoli's a great start. Gatti is a great start for a foundational piece.
Sure.
Locatelli, you can say, is a foundational piece.
But that, again, is still a couple years down the road.
My issue is this, and this is where I think Arriva Bene messed up. Stop naming players the central of your projects. Your projects can't be dependent on one single entity. That's really what kind of gets to me is like, Vlahovic or Dybala or Morata or this is the center.
That's
I don't bring that up.
You bring that up. He came from F1, where your team has 2 drivers. Your main driver, your secondary driver, and a team like Ferrari would typically be very clear who the number 1 is. So I think that's a bit of a culture thing he brought in from the F1 world. Because I mean, it's just what you do.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that because now it's kind of dumb because you're putting it all on a single gear or a single thing. And if that gear gets injured, what happens then? Or if that gear isn't firing, like, for example, Dusan, what happens then? That's why I'm not a big fan of Dusan, because you need to throw all of your resources around him. Big clubs don't do that.
And JJ,
unless you're Holland.
Yeah. So JJ asking if we were out of Europe, are we on the verge of bankruptcy? Like the accounts won't look good, that's for sure. So the business is kind of interesting, right? So Juventus themselves can be injected with money from the parent company, Stellantis. Exor, which is owned by Stellantis. Like, again,
Exor owns Stellantis. It's the other way around.
Exor
is the holding group.
Yes, Exor is the holding group. Stellantis is, anyways. Yeah, layers. There's layers to this, right? So it's very interesting because, they can say, all right, this is costing us too much money, especially being a publicly traded company. It's more a flex for the Agnelli family in a sense to say, hey, look, we own Ferrari F1, we own the largest football team in the country, Juventus, and we have all these great cars and products and whatnot and tractors for Keen's dad. But they could technically say, the board can come together and say, like, no, cut it loose.
I think Juve need to take, or I think XR needs to take Juve private.
And that's another talking point. And see, we're getting into business now, right? So this is a whole,
from a business, because here's the thing. So like, as much as we can, Agnelli brought us an incredible 10 years, great decade of dominance, but at the same time, he got a little bit too ambitious with extending the club or making the club bigger and making Juve a publicly traded entity. Yes, it generated funds for the club, but it also makes you up to more scrutiny.
Point two.
Point two. So players back on track again, but now, especially with the interview from Tech, he lies to himself and tries to turn bad things into positive stuff. He is a fraud and a P word by now. Who? Szczesny? Because I know Szczesny kind of called out, was like, oh, tactically we're kind of weird, which is weird.
I read that as, no, I think he's referencing like
Allegri?
what Tech was saying about Allegri.
Oh,
so I think he's calling.
I wasn't a big fan of those comments because the reason is, and it's funny because another content creator was like, Allegri's disrespecting the players because Allegri was trying to downplay it, saying, oh, he might have misspoke with the translation. If Szczesny really meant what he said, that's kind of ironic because remember when Szczesny's botched games for us and Allegri's defended him and not threw him under the bus? Like, remember the game against Udinese when Szczesny forgot how to play goalkeeper last season for the first 3-4 games where Szczesny costed us almost like 9 points, and we probably would have been in a much better spot if Szczesny knew how to play goalkeeper. So it's one of those things. It's one of those things where it goes both ways. Like Allegri didn't say our goalkeeper is ass, and he still played him, even though again he was trying to give him confidence to get himself back up to his feet. So that's one of those things with those comments that Tech made. Like, hopefully it's unprofessional in my opinion because dude, Allegri's he covered you for when you flopped at the beginning of last season.
And I hope just like the translation isn't taken askew somewhere as well, right? I mean, if you understood it in original translation, then
that's the problem with being English Juventus content creators, because the thing is the translations aren't always accurate and there's always some weird shit that gets misinterpreted. Dave saying Paredes is strong and at least doesn't get bossed off the ball. Again, that's the same. Moretti needs to go to the gym, in all honesty. He needs to get bigger. JJ says because he plays with a chip on his shoulder. I think he's talking about Figoli. Yeah.
Oh no, a literal chip on his shoulder.
Max saying we need to buy a top player to play good for us or good players to play average for us. No one is improving by us. We need to, honestly, I remember Misak said this on Saturday. I think 2024 is when you really start seeing a rebuild once you start seeing these contracts expiring and some adjustments here.
Yes, and that's always, I agree with that so much. I know I wasn't on that podcast, but I listened back to it and I'm like, yes, like that's the year it all starts.
Yep. And then KB saying Vlahovic has been extremely underwhelming. So many other players who truly failed to produce. Pogba and Di Maria at this point. Milik took a nosedive. I am kind of like, hey,
not good for the shirt sales.
Not good. Yeah, not good for our shirt sales. It absolutely ruined our merch. But honestly want Keane over the top two strikers we have. Yikes. Going over to Max J. Agrees. Zidane would want to help us, but we don't need a motivator or a personality manager. I think we need a system manager. I hope we need to get the right guy who fits a bit and not flops within 2 years. That's why I don't want Zidane. I'm not sold on him there. Nick saying, I wonder where we would be if COVID didn't happen. We would have used the 300 million capital gains increase on players with Ronaldo.
But that's the whole problem with running an unsustainable model that we were. That when something like this happens, you don't have that safety net and everything falls apart. And that's why we're in this situation. So it really is a fairy tale to say the what if this was managed properly. We probably wouldn't have had Ronaldo, but we also wouldn't be in the situation we are right now.
Even if COVID didn't happen, I still think it was only.
It would have fallen. Yeah, the floor would have fallen out.
Yeah, the floor would have fallen out, regardless of the 300 million capital gains increase. Because back then, before COVID, the market was becoming outrageous, where an average player would cost 50-60 million. So,
and this is all in hindsight. We just had at the time 9 straight Scudetti, going to the Champions League a couple times, perpetual contenders. Ronaldo now on our team was like, yeah, look at us, we get the licked. I mean, when you're in the middle of all that, like think of Agnelli, for instance, Nedved, all these guys, when they're in the middle of that and they've had success and they've been a step away from the ultimate success.
Yeah.
You get stuck in that zone, right? And it's hard to now look wider out.
Yeah, I gotcha. And then Bone saying, here's my hot take. Let's take next season and rebuild. It's going to happen regardless.
That's not really a hot take at this point.
It's not a hot take. I think it's happening. Nick saying the family loves Juve. I think they're personally invested. Yep, that's for sure.
Yes, that's the thing.
Dave says that's a shitty mindset. Not even Man City is built for Holland. It's a price they put in for the greater good, the masterpiece of the midfield, and how they shifted defense to offense.
What are we referencing on?
No, he's talking about how Man City's built. He's like, because the thing is, Pep Guardiola isn't buying the best player available. He's buying the best players that fit what he's trying to do. So he's talking about how Man City was built per se, which he's right, because the thing is like you look at all those players at Man City, you plug and play. There isn't a dependence on a single piece.
I like how he's.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, sorry, just KB. I got to make fun of him here because Nightbot over on the Twitch banned his ass a couple times, throwing that ban hammer around, right? Give him a warning, then ban him, but give him a couple shakes, if you know what I'm saying. And now he's here on the channel on the YouTube throwing ass with $2 signs. Like, come on, man. Come on, do better. Put the S's in there.
And then, yeah, ungrateful fool.
But yes, really, he thinks Tech's an ungrateful fool.
And Max is saying, I'm referring to Allegri. Tech didn't provoke, just told the truth. And Allegri don't want to accept that we played like shit against Sevilla and tries to brighten the situation. Saying, did we play shit against Sevilla? The first.
No. We didn't finish. We didn't finish. Yes, the game itself, like, it was fine for the most part. Yeah, it was good.
Misak is here. Yo.
Okay, perfect, because I was just sharing the StreamYard right there. So Miyazaki wants to jump in here. We did get through the wall of questions and comments and all that, so thank you for that. I mean, man, we were falling behind for a while there. So I mean, thank you for also stop asking all those questions so we can move on and get Misak in here potentially of the three of us. He usually fills in when I'm not around, but I know he's fired up. If anybody else wants to join,
he's gonna come in and cook everyone.
Oh yeah, I mean, if anybody else just wants to, we can just turn this into a shit show at this point. Hey. I guess the post game lasted 30 seconds. It ended at we conceded a penalty and it went into shit from there. So I'm glad we did the post game. We're well past that. Okay, Bones here. I don't think we played bad, but we need to take these guys and do nothing but shots for hours. Yeah, shooting practice. It's a thing. It's definitely a thing. All right,
yeah.
Misak here. How's it going?
Misak is here with the Walgani.
I have Rugani in the back. No, honestly, I have Vicario and the Empoli net, because apparently when our players see the Empoli net, they just tremble and don't shoot on target. Jesus Christ, what a match, man. I was feeling sad for you guys, to be honest, throughout it. You were getting cursed in German, in Italian, in English, and like every language there is, you were cursed and getting Allegri out. Like you guys decide if Allegri stays. Like, Jesus, you're just two Twitch hosts and like put there by the club, and like Allegri out, like you're gonna just tell your manager there, like, look, they're telling me Allegri out, do something.
I wanted to as a joke to take out my phone and be like, hey, Massimiliano, yeah, user XYZ245 is saying that you need to get out.
You need to get out.
You will after the game. Okay, good. Just make
sure.
Then
he will answer. Then he will answer you in his broken English. Have you heard how he talks English?
I know.
Come say?
What? Yes.
Yes. Anyway, it was. I'm laughing my pain away because this match was. But like the thing is, I understand sort of why it capitulated, because I've already said that this team is mentally weak before and many times, and what happened is they had shit show. Like, we got deducted 10 points out of the UCL, out of European competitions, in the last possible moment, and because they are already mentally weak, like their children, they just capitulated. This was the consequences. Like, Allegri doesn't save himself, honestly. Like, look at the lineup he put out, man. It was a joke.
It was not good.
But at the same time, who do we have? Who do we have as right wing back other than Barbieri? Who do we have? Like, maybe Illing, but Illing also played like 90 minutes last game, so I understand why he played Kostic. I don't understand why he kept Kostic in the game. But at the same time, I'm looking at the bench, I'm looking at the midfield. Yeah, sure, the style maybe, but you cannot make Milik do a dumb tackle inside the box like that. Sandro being Sandro,
Oh man,
the extension of Sandro was like, as have you seen, as soon as we extended his contract or the rumors started intensifying, he has been absolutely dug as, like, he was saving himself throughout the season. Like, people were protecting, like, he was getting better, he's getting decent, and it was legit because he was getting normal, like he was getting average again. But as soon as the talks intensified of him getting his contract again, it's like magically he got his money. He's getting his money, so he just went back to vacation mode into the what's the name?
Let me ask you this, Misak. So the Vlahovic chance, early Vlahovic.
Oh
chance,
yeah,
how was that?
many Vlahovic chances, many Vlahovic chances.
Get them all out at once.
The biggest excuse I got was he was flat-footed on the tap-in that he topped and hit right to the goal.
He is the 12.5 million gross net.
Put the keyboard down. Put it down. You're gonna break it.
Stop protecting this, guys.
Yeah, no, you can't be flat-footed as a striker in the box. I play as a striker.
You're not a professional player. He is our highest earner. He is our prized possession. He is like whatever they jerk off. Sorry for the word, but like you see the Juve community, what's going on with him? Like he's the next Cristiano Ronaldo. No, he's not. No, he is not. Okay, we are not giving him a lot of chances, creating a lot of chances, but the chances he is getting, he's not making most of it. His XG to his goal rate is like equal. What that means? That means he's a guy that's average. He's an average striker. You give him one chance. Like every XG, how it's calculated, right? Like if you get to one XG, that means you had one pure goal scoring chance. He is even, which means like he is average. An 80 million striker cannot be average. Somebody at 12.5 cannot be average. Same as goes as the coach. The coach earns how much? 9 million gross, I think, or even more, about 12 million gross. Same way, he has to have held responsible for most of the acts. Yeah, I am Dusan. I don't get the fuss between this. He is not Chiesa, okay? He is not. If Chiesa leaves, I will be super sad because you see what he has. He can create chances on his own. He is a difference maker. He is a player that's worth 12.5 million gross salary.
And he was the only difference today at the end of the day.
Exactly. How many times he was fighting for the ball, tackling the ball, dribbling the player. He did the usual head down and go, but this time it worked. He needs to learn about playing with his team a bit more. Yeah. But that guy shows me every time, most of the time when he's on the pitch, that he is a Juve caliber player. Dusan Vlahovic, it's been 1.5 years, hasn't shown me zilch that he is a Juve caliber player. I don't get the whole hype. If he did it in Vlahovic, did it in Fiorentina, I gave 0 asterisks about that. I care what he did in our team. He started off well. If you remember his first 3-4 games, he was doing what I expected from an 80 million striker, fighting everybody, dribbling, making his own shots, doing everything. And then as soon as the pressure increased, that everything is not easy for him anymore, he was mentally collapsed. So let's get to the main topic of the day. No, Allegri out.
Just gonna throw it out there. Let's do it.
Just throw it out. Allegri out. How do we say Allegri out in other? How do you say it in French? Allegri,
say,
oui. No, Allegri, no. I don't know how to say it in French.
Enchanté. No.
French.
Yes.
No, okay, out. in
Non, Allegri
French.
non.
That's
No,
no
out.
Allegri.
No.
Daro. Yeah, like
Daro.
yeah.
Allegri, Daro, hashtag, because all the French people don't like Allegri. Okay, I get why. Because
Yeah, but the French
I
are always
think-
riding over
This is
something.
in Spanish. Allegri afuera. No, that's funny.
Allegri afuera,
Fuera.
fuera. You go to
Oh,
Pueblo, Juve now, the Spanish, I like them, but they're all Spanish. They would go, Allegri, fuero. Exacto punto. Anyway, so let's go back to Allegri. I would be right now, because the team is mentally collapsed and needs a spark, and they aren't going anywhere right now with this coach, and there is no impact from the coach anymore. Like, please, we cannot have one more year of this, because we cannot replace 27 players for one guy. We
No,
need a spark again. We
can't.
need a spark. We need, like, I hate Conte. Okay, I truly hate.
Indonesian?
He's
Kelar.
checking every Persian.
Persian.
Arabic is barra. Okay, Allegri barra. Okay, they say that. Anyway,
Khara? No, I'm just kidding.
no, khara is another thing.
No, I know.
Barra. Jashte. That's yours. Jash. Allegri Jashte.
Yeah.
Jashte. It's the
Jashte.
J is Y.
Yeah. Albanian's weird, man. It's
I
like-
know Armenia. I was gonna tell you, like, Allegri, Turcia, go out. Anyway, let's go back to the topic. Now, nobody says between three of us like Allegri should stay next year, right?
I can't. I'm
It's-
having a hard time. To
it's
be honest
hard-
with you, I'm having a hard time. I bet you the Ari guy, if he's watching, he's gonna be like, "Finally, he changed sides."
No. Because at the end of the day, we are logical people that see that
Yeah.
it's not going anywhere, because we were improving in a certain part of the season. We were improving defensively. Offensively, no, of course not. But defensively, we were improving. Results were improving. So okay, I can get and grasp by keeping. But when in April, when it was crunch time, bring the results. They flopped. We flopped. Some of them his choices, some of them the players. Some of them his choices, some of them the players. So okay, so we see a common, him and the players. We cannot change all of the players. We should, but we cannot change all of the players.
Yeah.
So we changed the coach.
The thing is, yeah, and I totally Jack.
Sorry if I'm wearing a wife beater with my chest hair and everything.
It looks like an Allegri beater with how hard you're beating Allegri, but no.
Yes, Allegri Dunkana, Allegri Kumvir. Okay, anyway. He gets it now.
So if you guys refer to one of our previous videos that we've done months ago, where Dave and I are like, the only time that you really want to start talking or having that conversation is in the event of a catastrophic failure or a break all. If nothing else works, do it. For me,
And it's also the absolute end of the season.
It is.
So it makes it a bit easier to say, okay, now we can talk about it as well.
Yeah,
So
it's where we talk about it.
Yeah, now it's where we can actually start having this conversation.
Because there's 2 games left.
There's 2 games left. Can I say that we're pretty much Champions League is done. We're out.
Oh yeah.
There's no shot.
way.
There's no shot. Maybe Conference League.
Europa League.
or
Maybe Europa League.
Yeah, conference we could probably get fairly easy if we don't bottle this, but
yeah. So it's
But
one
I
of
don't
those
think.
two.
I think mentally everybody's checked out.
I
From
think so.
Players to coach. Even Allegri right now, if you see his press conference saying like yesterday, the guys were training, but because of all the rumors and stuff, they feel what's the name? He felt like they're empty. Like they are empty. They don't have any motivation. Well, dude, try to motivate them. Then you're the coach. You are the coach. You motivate them. That's part of your job description. Like if I'm gonna apply for a job position as a coach, I'm a good motivator. Okay, it's part of the CV of your application at the end of the day. And other than the tactician part, that's why I was talking about like because we most likely will be in one competition. Who would be the best coach for one competition only? Which coach?
for the one.
Spaletti?
Probably.
No.
I think no. Come on.
Anton.
I think Conte. Yeah, but
Yeah. He's off the table.
He is off the table, maybe, but he seems like he wants to play. He wants
You think?
to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we haven't talked about this for a long time. You bring this back.
Mhm.
Conte. You think this is
Mhm.
legit? Like something?
Yeah,
we
I
should
think
look
I
at?
think it will be a lot possible because he wants
Okay.
to he wants to coach in Italy. He's a guy that he will prove himself again because he failed at Tottenham at the end of the day. He didn't build anything at Tottenham. So he'll
Okay.
prove himself again as a great coach. So his ego will be fulfilled. He will get back Juve back to the top. Let's see. Let's hope. If he does it, then he gets his ego again. Sacrifice. But I would give him 1+1 contract. I understand if people say no, 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 no. I understand. I completely understand because he
This is
is
the hot
going.
take right here.
This is the hot.
Yeah, because he is going. Like we're going backwards with him. I understand that argument of we're going backwards, but I look at the CV of the guy, what he does, what he specializes
He is a
in.
specialist. Yeah, that's a good point. He is a specialist.
How does
And
he use Chiesa though? That's my only question. Because he does a
3-4-3.
You think we can run a
3-4-3.
3-4-3?
If he gets the system right, yes, he can.
Yeah.
He was running a 3-4-3 last year when he got during that good part of Spurs. He was running the 3-4-3 with a midfield of Bentancur and Højbjerg. Bentancur to Højbjerg, and you compare to Locatelli and let's say a Fagioli, like they're two different spectrums, or a Pogba, let's say.
Afiz Youssef is saying De Zerbi or Zidane.
No Zidane.
Why?
Please,
So
no.
can I ask you, Afiz, why would Zidane want to come here if we're not competing? If we're not, competing for anything?
He is a UCL specialist. He is a UCL specialist and the manager of big egos. We have children. We have guys that think they have big egos, but they need somebody like Conte, a detention teacher. Somebody to spank them on the ground every day until they become human first. Then you bring Zidane, because as much as Allegri was at fault for today, at the same time, where is the respect from these players to this church? Other than Gatti throughout the 90 minutes, I didn't see anybody else. Gatti, if you saw him, he was dribbling people. He was running and putting balls in. One time, I think he also got the cross in that Flauch didn't finish anyway. Yeah.
Badly.
Give Gatti Vlahovic's contract and be on with it.
I know. Yeah, we were saying it on Twitter. Like, man, we should put Gatti as a number 9. He's saying
Nagelsmann is an interesting choice, but I look at the guy's CV at the end of the day. He has done a lot of building, yeah, but we have to be very, 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 very patient with him. He might fail, he might succeed because he was doing it all in the German league, okay? And the Bundesliga, the end of the day, is completely different to the Italian league. And we don't have those caliber of players to save the coach in difficult situations, difference makers. We have a couple of difference makers, let's be honest. But one is fully injury prone in Pogba. One is coming back from an ACL. Di Maria, as we saw, I thought he was a difference maker, but at the end of the day, I saw him as a guy that shines when there is already a leader there. That's a Messi or a Ronaldo in Real Madrid. Somebody that is the highlight, and he will facilitate so well perfectly if he's not the highlight of the team. But Di Maria was our highlight, and he failed. Locatelli, I didn't see that much. I felt like his passes were inaccurate, and
he plays for the shirt. Like, I'll give him that.
he gives his effort. He gives the effort, fine, but the execution is not as the caliber as I want. Exactly. No, Gatti does both. For me, Gatti right now is doing both the execution and that. Bremer, fine, but he isn't as. I don't put him as a Gatti. Let's say he wasn't driving to the ball with it. Like, he wasn't respecting the shirt.
I don't think he's completely bought in, right?
Exactly.
I mean, if they want some trophies and had something to celebrate this year, I think you would get somebody like a Bremer to like lock in solidly to that shirt.
Yeah,
because now there's that dynasty that they can build off that.
Exactly. We need a lot of fixing, and we don't have any money. And like, you see a lot of kids like, buy this, you get this, you resign. Man, we are resigning because we don't have money. That's why we are resigning. The whole point of resigning is because we don't have any money right at this moment.
So
I
do have the official Juve have released a statement in regards to what just happened as far as the points. So It says Juventus Football Club takes note of what was decided by the FIGC Court of Appeals and reserves the right to read the reasons and evaluate a possible appeal to CONI, what was established by the 5th instance of judgment in this matter. So they got sued 5 times for this, which began more than a year ago, arouses great bitterness in the club and its millions of supporters who, in absence of clear rules, find themselves extremely penalized with the application of sanctions that do not seem to take into account the principle of proportionality while not ignoring the need for urgency. Juventus has never shied away from during the proceedings, and it has emphasized that these facts still have to be evaluated by a judge.
So it sounds like, yeah, they're just trying to get this up to the next highest court after the appeal so many times, because essentially they're not being given due process. So they need actual a legal judge to do this, not some sporting justice dude that, I don't know, has a kinesiology degree. What these people do.
I don't understand. The thing is like how it's the thing that irritates me is like, for example, it's like there's no new evidence, there's nothing new, and they still haven't illustrated what they did. It's just what, sporting integrity from transfermarket.com, like that.
Yeah.
It's just so, I'm just so confused.
Yeah, it's
And then
it's ridiculous. It really is. It's not saying, and that's the thing. We've all said it's not that we're not necessarily guilty of anything here, but I mean, come at us with something tangible. Don't just make things up and then start yelling at us and preaching to us that it's truth. I mean, that's kind of very Hitler-esque.
Well, and then you have people on Twitter being assholes about it, saying, "Oh, relax, guys, we're building something beautiful here. Everything's going in the right direction." Like, come on.
Those people are focusing too much on the football aspect, okay? Because they are. What's football? It's like a way to get out of your normal day life, no? Like it's a hobby, let's say.
It's a release.
Okay, it's a release, exactly. And then they're focusing on the football, only on the pure football and the aesthetics of the football, and they're getting pissy about it. But baby, focus more on what's going on with your club right now. Okay, we are in a worse position than Calciopoli, because Calciopoli, as much as if it was a farce, it ended in 2 weeks and the off season. We've been hearing all this shit for 9 months and even before, since last season. Something's gonna blow. There's something gonna blow, and it blew in Allegri's face and this player's face. Now, at the same time, unluckily for us, the characteristics of our coach isn't a Mourinho or a Conte. That's a dick. Let's say it. Like they are heads. Yeah, they're kind of this personality that can give you that all against everything kind of vibe. You know, like you are go hard, like don't be soft and stuff. No, Allegri isn't that type of a guy. He lets you be as you want to be and relax as you want to be, careless as we want to be, and we see it on the pitch. Even they don't have that vigor of like somebody is stealing something from you to fight for it. Nothing. There's a lot of problems. So yeah. Against where are the other clubs? Apparently the reason is that we are using in a systematic way for very long years, so they have to punish us for dishonesty and disloyalty. One for you, because there is no such thing as dishonesty and disloyalty for a system that doesn't have any law against it. Where is the law against it? Just be frank to Juventini and to the club and tell them, look, Gravina and what's his name, Ceferin, those two C words there, want to kick you out of the Champions League and every UEFA competition because you want to be part of the Super League. Just say the politics. Tell the politics what it is. It's not about Allegri or stuff. If Allegri even won today, and if he won against Milan, and if he won, and technically we got 4th place, June 15, there is the second hearing of the salary maneuver. Immediately, they would give us like 7 points there. Done. You're out of every UEFA competition. No problem. See now, if we finish in Europa League or stuff, they would only give us for the salary maneuver, the bigger problem, they would possibly give us like 3 or 4 points, just enough to be 8th place, just enough. I'm not saying as a tin hat cap. No, this is the truth. This is obvious. It doesn't take a lot of IQ to understand what's going on. This was a screw job from before, but the thing is, they cannot just tell Juventus and its players like, you know what? Here, take this 20 points. Shut up. You're not gonna make it into UEFA, okay? You're not gonna make it to the Champions League. No, they're trying their best to mentally destroy the players, because every time the players are getting to that, like the carrot on the stick, like you're next to the carrot trying to just grab it, they pull the carrot away again, then you go back. So eventually the donkey, which is us, Juventus, is gonna collapse because there's no more carrot in front of them. Sorry for my rant.
Which is why I hope Roma, Fiorentina, and Inter all lose their finals.
I want Inter to break the record of the most, like the biggest loss in UCL final, in the Champions League final. Maybe it's us, but I don't know who holds the record. Yeah. At the moment.
No, I think it's Milan. They lost, or Barcelona or Milan, where they lost 4-0 in the 90s.
Yeah, 4-0 Milan. Yes, in the 90s, exactly. They lost 4-0. Yeah. Let them lose 6-0. I want 5-0. I want them to be.
I want a Holland double hat trick.
I want a 10-0 mercy rule. They just end the game.
I want Akanji to put the ball into the back of the net with his hand and let it count. That's how bad. Anyway, let's not go off on Inter. Let's focus on our own problems.
So let's talk about this, because this was an interesting conversation that we had in our Turn Giants, our actual chat with us and everybody. So players coming back on loan. So originally, if we look at the obligation aspect of every player's contract, we stood to gain $140 million. None of those options have been triggered. And unfortunately for us, every single player has devalued huge. So Dave and I were talking about McKennie yesterday. Dave, you said he was $25 million on yesterday.
Yeah, I mean,
he got but he got devalued even more today. Like it.
Oh,
went
so he
down.
saw something else.
Yeah,
okay.
I see.
Maybe it's like 15 million.
No, 21.
Okay, fine.
So like that's the crazy thing about it is, like, as every single day goes on, their values go down and down and down. So
I still have hope. I still have hope that Sam Allardyce can win the last game of the season, and then the other two drop.
So the thing is, in regards to McKennie, which is what's like extremely catastrophic with McKennie, because if Leeds qualify and they trigger their buy, we're selling him for $36 million. The thing is like if Leeds don't and Leeds sends him back, we sell him for what, 16, 17, 20 if we're lucky. So we're at an $18 million loss on McKennie if Leeds don't renew that option. With Zakaria, option was roughly about $32 million. Chelsea aren't exercising it. He's coming back.
And at least he was cheap. I mean, that's not a huge loss there.
Yeah, it's not, but at the same time, it's like
stings.
We could sell him for 30, but what happens if we sell him for 20 now?
And here, FS here, we have, why are the fans in Italy not doing anything about the condition of the club?
Because they're more focused on putting Allegri out and memes and jokes about Allegri, when they cannot focus that the main problem of the whole freaking shit show, okay, secondary is Allegri, secondary is management, third is Allegri, first is the FIGC, and they were like, these retards were fighting against dozen the freaking platform to watch Serie A. They were trying to fight that instead of focusing on FIGC and instruction and calling FIGC out or Gravina out or protesting or something. Some animosity.
You're going hard on him.
Because it is insane to talk about football when there is politics that is ruining the football of our team.
But I also want to bring out the point that our management has really alienated a lot of the most hardcore fans as well with the rules that they've imposed in the stadium. We do have a video on that as well. So check that one out. So yeah, we don't have that hardcore group really
We don't have
waving the banner.
ultras.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
no
because
that's
they
it,
fight
yeah.
against the because you know why what happened with the
Yeah, watch
ultras
the
and stuff.
video that we made. I mean, we're not
Yeah.
going to get into it now, but that's a part of it.
That's part of it because we know the reason that what's happening. But let's then, as a club, bring hire people that can motivate and then sing and do everything. And let's bring drums back, for God's sake. Okay,
Yeah, you gotta have that.
Drums, trumpets. We're not saying flares. We're not saying flares and fireworks. No, because fireworks you can easily hit the players and stuff. Okay.
Oh
no,
yeah,
I'm
some of
just-
them hit me last night in our Victoria Day celebrations. It was
Really?
got dangerous. It was cool.
Yeah, it was cool, fine. But if you have a kid or stuff,
No,
it would
exactly.
be.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But my point is, yeah, I understand. Also, the pricing is insane.
Mm-hmm.
The pricing is insane. Let's be honest. In Italy, the wages of the people aren't that high. You know, on average, they're like 1.5k euros on average. They earn a normal person alone, and
Like a
if they're
month?
gonna pay like a month, I think 1.5 to 2k maximum. And then if they're gonna pay 300 euros for a match of Juventus, how are the guys?
That is kind of crazy.
No way you can, like, if you don't have a super position, you cannot watch Juventus, your club, the club you love. I understand that. Like, that's my main problem with the thing. Like, the pricing is insane. You cannot bring people and with that. What backs the calculation of penalty points? The calculation of the penalty points, as we said, is to get Juventus out of UEFA competitions. That's the calculations.
That's it.
There's a reason Gravina is at the same time the FIGC president and at the same time the vice president of UEFA.
They have to at that point when they, I don't know if they looked into this or not. Maybe they don't have to because I'm not a lawyer, but once they bring this up to the higher court, can they not try to go on conflict of interest there?
They can say stuff like that, but at the end of the day, Gravina has no association with Prosecutor. It's under the table, and you cannot prove
like
under
the
the
whole
table if you
UEFA
don't have type. If you don't have like wiretaps or stuff, you cannot know what's going on behind the scene.
Well,
They will never give it to you.
It shows to you the justice system in Italy is absolutely
The
ridiculous.
best solution. Okay. There's a Afis is asking what's the best solution at the moment in our opinion. I can give my opinion. My first opinion is best solution: get a sporting director, for God's sake, external. Okay, please, for God's sake, get that guy in. Let him assess the team, and let him tell us, look, our financially, you guys have screwed us so much that either I need a cash injection to work with, or let's just go on for one more year like this with Allegri. I'm gonna bring you some kids, play with them, try to make top 4. Okay, one more year of you. Simple. 2024, because all the calculations end at 2024. Cherubini's contract finishes. Manna's contract finishes. The whole backroom staff, everything at Juve right now, finishes in 2024. All the contracts, which is appropriate. Like if you get Giuntoli right now, and the first year of just management and assessment, second year when the whole contracts are loose, you can actually start building what you want to build in the image you want to build. Yes, Allegri is the result of poor management and poor management from above. Okay, he is the result. He is the consequences, and that tripped down the fact. Okay, the first part, as we saw again, the management didn't have a plan. Who was our sporting director? It was Cherubini, a guy that has zero experience, the guy that was making ends meet and making capital gains for us. That's why if you hear the wiretaps, what Allegri was saying, like about last summer, these guys aren't bringing me players to improve the team. They're making it for Plus Valenza. Okay, because they knew something is gonna explode. Something is gonna explode, and it exploded. It exploded. Okay, to our faces, and we're reaping the rewards. By the way, Colo, I love your videos. Keep doing it.
Yeah,
But
you
do
gotta lead with the call out. It's Colo. You got to say, hey, check out
Yes.
Colo's stuff. He did our intro.
Colo
our
stuff.
logo.
He is
focused, he's
perfect.
focused.
He is a great video editor with a lot of
Number
talent.
one.
I want an Ealing comp. Did you make an Ealing comp? I want to see that. Anyway,
Yeah.
by the way, the line is open. Let Colo come.
He
Yeah.
can if you want.
Yeah. If you want, you can come. Anyway, our point is still, Allegri is a problem. Let the sporting management director come and kick him out. Fine with that. Like at the end of the day, like we said previously, in the start of the show. At the end of the day, the players aren't responding to him. He's not responding to the players. It's a time for mutual termination. That is on sporting level, on the field. But I'm telling you financially, as a corporate, what's going on.
Yeah, guys, Colo's a huge Juve fan.
He's a Juventino.
Yeah, guys,
Yes,
I'm surprised you
no
guys didn't know that. Colo.
I don't know how you guys don't know that he's a Juventino.
Yeah, Dan's he's a huge Dybala fan, but he is a big Juventino. So yeah,
Go.
there you go, guys. All more the reason to follow Colo.
Nick, if we don't have money, if we miss the Champions League, then we need a manager to bring the best out of the squad we have. Yes.
Yep.
You go full rebuild, honestly. You go into the youth system.
That's why I was suggesting, even though I don't like him, and I know people will go in arms and they will say hot soup, reheating soup again, like we did with Allegri. But I look at the guy's resume at the end of the day, and what he specializes in. That's why I say Antonio Conte. But even though, like, I would be okay.
What about Tudor?
Italiano, let's say okay, because he has done well with Spezia and Fiorentina. Fiorentina, let's not remember, they were almost getting relegated.
Yes.
Back 2 years ago
Prandelli.
under Pirlo. Yeah, with Prandelli. Sucks, a guy already retired and stuff, and it's not feeling well. Hope for the best. But he rebuilt that Fiorentina team in his image, and Rocco Commisso did well. Okay, if you want to go that route, you can go that route. No problem. But next year, if we're not going to replace all of the players and stuff, why are we continuing with Allegri? Okay, but first, as I said, let's get the sporting director, because apparently you saw yesterday's fiasco, right?
You mean the news that was no news?
Yeah.
I was up for
why
2
fiasco?
hours.
Nothing happened.
2 hours I was up waiting for the big news. Nothing. They just said Di Maria may not renew. Chiesa is on the market. Vlahovic maybe is on the market, but somebody has to offer us good money. Oh, gee, like Juventus, since when? If somebody doesn't offer us good money, we won't buy a player. Like, since which earth, which realm?
So
What should we do?
So this is interesting.
said
So people have been asking in the comments coming up again. For me, the one thing I need to know is no Sky Sport, no, random people on Twitter leaking this information or some other people saying it. No Bianconeri Zone saying, "Oh, allegedly Allegri is going to be the coach next season." Like,
We're just calling them out straight
no.
by name now. Okay.
Like, we need.
Okay.
We need.
Just say other stuff anyway.
No. But I'm saying, like, no, like, news leaks or like stuff like that. Like, the thing is like, we need somebody, the club, Elkin, anybody, to sit here and be like, okay, we are going with Allegri or we are not going with Allegri. When Giuntoli comes in, or even if Giuntoli comes in and says, "This is where I'm going, this is where we're going," because the thing is, right now we're speculating. We're sitting here and we're speculating. We don't even know what the hell's going to happen. And that's the thing.
If we're gonna play, honestly, we're not. We don't have. That's what Allegri even said today. Like, after the loss, he said, "Look, at the end of the day, I don't know what the company will think, depending on the competition they're in and stuff." It's honest to God. Like, if we do not make you UCL, which right now it has 99% no chance, 1% fate. Okay, that for some magical reason Verona ties or wins against Milan so that we can pass them if we win against Milan and stuff. So no way, Jose, we're doing that. He's not gonna stay. He won't stay. He shouldn't stay. There is a lot of words I used for not staying, And what should we do in the summer? First off, get the sporting director, as we said. How many times? Okay. Secondly, scout properly. Look at how your team is gonna play. Are you gonna play a 4-3-3? Are you gonna play a 3 at the back system? Decide, for God's sake. What is this team we have? Like, I see somebody complaining that look at Allegri, he's still playing Cuadrado and Sandro. Like, who do we have? Who do we have as fullbacks, man? If there is
Nobody.
somebody in the youth system, I would tell you, like, there is a guy there ready. Like 2 years ago, I saw Miretti. I said, no, there's this kid named Miretti. He will be the future. I knew it from 2 years ago, even back then. But we don't have anybody. Honestly, we don't have anybody. Really, we do not have anybody at the fullback spot that can come up and say, this is the next TAA, the Trent Alexander-Arnold. We don't have anybody.
Nobody.
The closest thing is a Barbieri, and we saw.
Yeah.
The guy needs a Serie B loan, not a Serie A loan. He needs a Serie B loan first. Miretti is bad right now, yes, because mentally the kid is collapsed and he isn't going on with Allegri. Like, he needs another. Like most of our players, they need somebody else to give them a spark again, because the spark is finished. And it's okay. Part of it is Allegri, but part of it also is the turmoil around the club completely.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's so much going on. Here's some couple pieces of news that came in. So this is from Giovanni Guardala from Sky Sport. I think this is a joke account. Okay, whatever. I'll read it anyways. And this far, there isn't even a 1% possibility that Allegri is fired. The management trusts him a lot. Yeah, that's getting a troll. So this one is from around Juventus on Twitter. Orazio Accomando to DAZN. Giuntoli is doing everything possible to free himself from Napoli and to sign with Juve. They would be discussing on the number of assistants. He should only bring with him his right hand in Bianconero. So more of the same, really, but just, I guess, confirming that he's really trying to come to Juve and fix this team. But
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, I don't know what happens if that falls through. Talking about Mana, promoting him.
That'd be catastrophic.
Uh-huh.
If they promoted him, that would be catastrophic.
It would be so bad. It would be like going back again, the same issue. Like, that's the problem. Like,
And Bones saying, and the one we did have, we sold in Pellegrini. Pellegrini doesn't even start for Lazio. He's played like 2 games or something.
He doesn't start. But when he comes in, he was okay. You know what's the problem? He's injured. As soon as he was getting the fate of Sarri, he got injured. And that's the problem of Luca Pellegrini. He is, for a young guy, he is extremely injured, and we should get him off the books. Oh, man. Yeah. But at the end of the day, we need an external. Even if they get Rossi from Sassuolo, I would love Giuntoli, but I would love more Carnevali than Rossi at the end of the day, because Carnevali, he was a CEO. He is the head honcho, okay? Rossi was under him. Giuntoli, as you like to say, Dash, is a head honcho. He is the big boy. Giuntoli.
He's a goon. That's why we call him Gabagooni.
Galaguni. Anyway. But seriously, yeah, we have a lot of problems, okay? We have a lot of problems that I don't think in one summer we can solve. That's the issue.
No.
And that's why we need what's the project? Well, the project apparently was, for this 2 years, let's not be in debt anymore, guys. That was the project. And they did that. Thank God we are at minus 30. Thank God, but we're not gonna get UCL money right now. So that we will still have a negative balance this year too, because we couldn't achieve. Not we couldn't. They threw us out, so we couldn't get any money. Only ADR is in the way. No. One second. Let's be clear. Olerio, they are ADL. ADR. I don't know whose R is.
Yeah, I think he was ADL.
Yeah, ADL doesn't give a shit. Let's be honest. He doesn't give a damn rat's ass.
Doesn't. In
He
fact, he's
doesn't.
probably
What?
enjoying it.
Yeah, he's enjoying it. You remember Sarri when before going to Chelsea, he was stuck at Napoli, even though he had said for 2 months from April that look, I'm gonna leave this club. I want to leave this club. He was stuck there until middle of June that ADL told him, okay, you can leave. Middle of June, when preseason had already started at Chelsea. So imagine what kind of guy we're dealing with. And this is Giuntoli, not even a coach. Even more important, a sporting director. So let's wait. I hope we get it early, but I feel like he will give us middle of July. He will release Giuntoli, and then we're screwed again.
Oh man. I feel like we should probably come back midweek. We don't have any midweek games anymore.
No.
So we're gonna have to do something more midweek. Dash alluded to it a little bit. I don't think we really made an announcement so much. But so there's good news and bad news. The good news is we've reached the numbers required to monetize. We are currently in the process, and it can take a few weeks. So the good news is we can start giving you better content as we monetize and give back to you guys in certain ways. Bad news is you're gonna have to watch some ads. I hate ads. I have YouTube Premium, so I feel sorry for you guys. They really suck. But if you see an ad show up randomly in the next couple of weeks, it means we did it.
And then press on the skip ad. Don't watch the ad.
Yeah, don't watch the ad. 100% don't watch the ad. Just
come to the stream. Okay?
Yeah.
Chiellini poster. Yeah, the wall.
Yes.
No, it was Rugani against
Oshiman. That's mine. I think that one behind my mic. I think that's...
No, he's saying Misak. He's talking about my wall.
Well, Gani
keeps them coming in because I got mine too that I always block.
Oh yeah, ad blocker. Bones, you use Android. That's why you have an ad blocker.
So, kind of going back on ad blocker, but going back on the I can't talk today.
Monetization.
Monetization. There we go. Going back onto the monetization. If you guys are in our Discord group, shameless plug there. We'll flash the barcode for you real quick. We're going to be working on our structure for essentially our memberships and all that fun stuff. And it's going to be input from you guys when it comes to tiers, as well as setting it up, and as well as we will be, and I think fair enough, we will be gifting memberships to our OGs and our main contributors as well. But before we can do such things, we need to actually design them. And what better yet to design a product that we're selling to people with the people, you guys, the viewers. So if you are in the Discord, we will be opening up conversation soon.
Very soon.
I'm so tired, man.
I'm Sean Connery.
I was gonna say I've been on the phone talking for hours, like outside of this and my actual job. So I'm like, blah, blah, blah.
I understand. Yeah, especially that Twitch live. I think it was one of your horrendous experience in your life.
It was hilarious.
By the way, is there a guy next to you, like during that, like a moderate, like somebody from Juve, or you just happen?
No, it's a bot. It's just a bot. It's bot. That's why I always make fun and I always like give call-outs to Nightbot. Dude, such a good job.
Yeah,
it's just a bot, just yelling at people.
Oh my god! You did Nightbot just ban-hammering everybody. Allegri out, bang! Allegri out, bang!
I wish it would just like.
It would be hilarious. I think it would be funny.
Allegri, fuera. What? How do you
see? There's like 5 people left watching the stream after that.
I know. Giuntoli. I think that was me. But yeah, so guys, join on the Discord. Do we have the QR codes? You can use the QR code, guys. You can hop on the Discord. You can talk with all of us, Misak, KB, Hamza. Everybody's on there. Great conversation, good fun stuff. Yusuf is there as well. I believe Dave is on there. And yeah. So you guys are going to get mods. We will get moderators for the YouTube streams. So again, like I said, we're going to be working with you guys to design the membership tiers and the stuff there. So
I prefer to call them the hallway monitors.
The hallway monitors.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Give me the
HMs.
Yep, the HMs.
So, oh yeah, why not one of that design being like a,
hallway monitor in black and white stripes? We can
Yes.
do something.
And then as well as the emojis as well, because Dave is a wizard with Photoshop. So again, we're gonna start that conversation on Discord soon. So
a wizard. There's usually a YouTube video in my other screen playing while I'm on Photoshop. Let's be honest. I mean the run of the mill stuff, sure.
and Dave saying it will be fun banning every Allegri out next year. You know what? We'll have him with a ban, and the only way
We'll
they
see
can
what
come
we
back
have.
in
Like
Super Chat.
let's. I just hope. Let's say Allegri goes out and we get. I don't know what coach. Let's say Palladino. Even though I think he's renewing Palladino. I just hope after 10, 15 games, I don't see a single person saying Palladino out. Okay, I'm gonna murder them. Jesus Christ, dude, what kind of child are you, man? Whoever comes, give him time. Whoever comes next year, give him time.
Didn't they do that with Pirlo after he tied 1-1
Yes.
with Roma the second
No,
game of the
No,
season?
it was against Fiorentina. I remember very well. Fiorentina 3-0 at home when Cuadrado got the red card. Immediately, every single comment was Pirlo out.
No Pirlo party shirts now available at the store, turngiants.com.
No, Pirlo took a team that's 8th to 9th. Okay? A team. He still needs to coach. The guy needs to still coach and get his coaching badges. Okay? I want him to live there, the Turkish league for. So I don't know why he's in the Turkish league. To go to the Serie B, to start coaching there. Okay? Get his plan, fix the massive errors he has. Okay? And then he can go to a big club.
They're in the mail. They're actually in the mail. I did get them out on Friday, and it's a long weekend, so they're not shipping out until tomorrow. I'm sorry. I'm horrible. I actually have to go out of my way to get to a mailbox. My bad.
Is there
get them
snow right now?
No, there is not any snow. You asshole.
I am dying here. There is a reason I'm wearing a wife beater shirt, not only to kick Allegri out. No, it is also because it's 45 degrees outside Celsius.
Oh,
I don't
boy.
know how it's in Fahrenheit. You can do the math.
Yeah, no, we can do it. It's pretty high.
Yes, it's 38 degree Fahrenheit. If it's 45, yeah, that's the average right now in Qatar.
Oh, you know what would be a great shirt idea? Is if we tell Farhad, if we just have like a line where it's literally just a line and then out. And then like hashtag
You can fill it out.
We can fill it out. Oh my god, nobody steal this idea. This is on video. I will sue the living hell out of you if someone.
It's not even hard to make. You just type it out.
1 second. Dash, are you living under a rock? You don't know Avsim? He already has it. He already has it. He has. If you go and watch his videos, he has like a shirt racks of outs. Okay, hashtag outs. Allegri out. Pirlo out. Sorry out. Like,
who's this guy?
He's like a streamer.
He is a streamer, Twitch, YouTube. He has 100,000 of people.
What did you say his name was though?
Simone Avsim.
It's Italian. It's Italian.
It's Italian.
Oh,
it's
okay.
Italian only. But he just shit. He's a Allegri hater. Everything hater. He is a Juve fan, but not actually a Juve fan. Like he celebrates if we get a goal.
Undercover Inter fan.
Probably. And you can see his stream is Napoli fans, Juve fans, every kind of fan there is there. Anyway, the point is, there is something like that already going on. You have to be a bit more creative.
I'm saying with a blank, literally just a line, and then
yeah. Let's do it. How about let's do it with different languages. Make it more spicy. Like hashtag something out, which in parentheses you can say out. Like do it for your language. You want Indonesian? We can make Indonesian.
You already had a segment on the live stream tonight of doing that.
Exactly. So you can tell him, about like, okay, let's do it like this in Turkish. Some hashtag space, and I don't know how to say out in Turkish, whatever.
Yeah, but the funny thing is this is what makes it funny, because then we can give it to the viewers, and then they can put masking tape and then write with a Sharpie.
Just Sharpie it in.
Whoever they sharpen it with a tape. With tape, and then we can just share
Agnelli out. He's already. I don't get right now somebody saying Agnelli out. Like the guy's out. What? He is out.
Where have you been, bro?
He is not here. What? He is already out. Paratici, like I've seen Paratici out. Like Jesus Christ, man, are you insane? There is no Paratici.
Arriva Bene
Ah.
what?
Arriva Bene out. Nedved out. He's already out. You see,
Delit out.
He get
I can't wait
exempted.
for the Dave and Dash out.
I know. Oh, that's gonna be
Oh,
funny.
that's gonna be funny in Twitch. Imagine last game of the season, we're getting trashed by Udinese again, like 5-6-0. They're
Oh,
saying
we're
Dave
not
and
covering
Dash
that
out. Dave and Dash. Imagine, like 5-6, you're getting trashed, and then you're getting Dave and Dash out, and not just Dave and Dash out. You're getting in every language, like in Arabic, in Arabic and in Arabic letters. Not like we in Arabic we can even type with using English letters. Okay, they're literally typing in Arabic.
It's funny because I think we're gonna probably end up starting a thing where we're gonna name have Misak's name as Misak, the sporting director, Directoro alla Sporte. Because everyone's been saying it, they've been commenting Misak for sporting director.
I would honestly, I would do a better job than Paratici. I can guarantee you that. I'm not that dumb to spend 45 million on a freaking Kulusevski. Okay, I'm getting angry when I think about Paratici, man. This whole shit show started from him. This whole shit show. I nearly let it go, let it happen, but this shit show was on one guy only. We're suffering for it. Anyway, yeah, I would love a t-shirt of a sporting director. Turin Giant sporting director. Anyway.
Yeah, we should. I'm so tempted to do that.
I don't know what's going on with Bepe's stream. Maybe I feel like he's sad.
I haven't.
Yeah,
you were there before you hopped over here. I know that.
Yeah, I was there for a bit, and he was
streaming?
sad. He's stuck for sporting director.
Yeah, he stopped.
Yeah, but
he stopped streaming. He's angry. He's angry with things. Obviously,
of course, he's angry. What I listened, he was more angry about FIGC, how it screwed the team over tonight again.
Yeah,
like we could have capitulated the same way we did in the sporting game, which we played bad. If you remember that 1-1 game that we were so lucky, we could have done the same thing there. But tonight, they capitulated. And you know what's my main issue? Main issue in all of this, none of the management team is speaking about what's going on tonight. It's Allegri again in front of the mics again. Like
he's the fall guy.
He is absorbing every shit that's not even his shit. Like his shit is the team and it's playing bad. But this other shit, why is he the one that's getting hit on? Okay, it's you ask this. He should, and I don't know why he is replying. Even he should just say, "Look, ask Francesco Calvo, ask Scavnavino, ask that. I am the coach." But I don't know why this guy, like when there is shit, he likes to go inside it and just go deep and like, the penalty moved us down.
We all like going deep though, Misak.
Some stuff, yes, but not in shit. I don't go deep in shit, man. That's not how I go. That's the area I avoid.
That was a good save. I like it.
I know.
The other stuff I can go deep. My love for Juve, for example, is so deep. It's hurting me, but I'm smiling.
Your balls are just smacking up against the ass cheek.
Bones wants to know you're gonna do your own YouTube channel talking about the Utes. Be cool. What
you know that
he wants the youth segment.
You know that we are Juventus FC club. We barely have good youth. Okay, we are not known to make youth. What we're seeing right now is magical. Okay, I can talk to you about 4, 5, 6 players, but we don't have anything else. Honestly, we are not known for developing youth. So I cannot talk about anything right now. But if you give me a chance, I can say it.
David saying perfect figure with Max, the guy that's disliked anyways, so he has to speak about stuff they're watching. It's kind of funny. It's actually
that's what's happening. That's what's happening. It is, yeah. You are on the spot, spot correctly, because he's a guy that's not like Conte, okay, that does a hissy fit and then shits more at the club. No, he just takes it and it's a bit of a wuss, but what we can
He's
do.
He's like the kind of guy that would be so spiteful that he would pick up a pile of his own shit just to like smear it into somebody's face.
He's a nice
Conte
guy.
Or him?
Like he'll shit in his hand, kind of dude, just to spite somebody else.
Conte, of course.
Yeah.
Conte will shit in your mouth.
He doesn't. He would shit in his own mouth if you let him to spite you.
Okay, actually, I gotta bring something up because you were hating on Spaletti on the last show because he's got a duck. What's wrong with having a duck?
No, he
two.
wasn't. He wasn't hating.
No, we wouldn't. We
No, we
wouldn't.
were admiring. I've got
We
5.
said, I would say, I would bring Biancaneva with him. I was at very
No.
Okay.
He's saying that we get a black duck, call it Nero.
Yeah,
so
that was
Bianca-
actually smart. I like that.
Biancaneve and Nero Neve. We get the Bianca Nero Neve, like
Yeah,
new
makes it does make sense.
the new black and white. Neve is new, no? In Italian,
I think so.
Nove.
Nove. Ah, Jesus,
Yeah.
one letter. Anyway, it would make sense,
Both.
like the new black and white project with the black and white ducks.
Yeah.
Good
I'm
segment.
I'm down. My wife brought home another chicken during the Twitch stream, so I mean, I'm not too far off. Chickens, ducks, they're all foul.
I got 5.
One second. A KFC or a live chicken?
No, like a live chicken. I have chickens. We have chickens.
A chicken and rooster, like you make fresh organ.
No, they're just the laying hens.
Oh, nice.
Stop clicking when I'm clicking that. So me and Dash sometimes just like do battle clicks as we try to put the chat up.
I know, we're just like.
So I mean, we're still going off the rails a little bit. It's okay.
It's nice. We're just let the viewers be entertained.
We're decompressing together.
Yeah, we're coping.
We're decompressing by getting our ass handed by Empoli that had nothing to play for.
No, well they secured their position.
They were already secured.
Well, they just
Anyway,
they apparently went out
Let's
for
not go back there.
Okay,
Let's not go back there. That's
and there's your-
finished.
You got spell checked in Italian.
No way. Okay, no
Here we
way.
go again.
That's gonna happen against Milan, by the way. Shit, here we go again. Oh, by the way, Fiorentina versus Inter. Is it this Wednesday?
I think so.
Is it?
The final
For the Coppa
should be
Italia.
this Wednesday.
Saturday. Oh yeah, Copa, I guess. Yeah, Copa.
You know, part of me thinks if Italiano does the double, I think
Let's
Juve
see.
need to pounce on him.
Yeah, because you know why? Apparently, ADL has him lined up.
Yeah.
Has him heating up. He wants to see what's going on. Spalletti leaves, Giuntoli leaves, Spalletti leaves. He'll take.
If we
They
take
take
Spalletti, the amount of mom Spalletti stuff we're gonna have to do. It'll be ridiculous.
You're gonna make
so much
a merch, a shirt,
Yeah, and a remix even.
spaghetti's like a spaghetti meatball, but with Spalletti's head.
Well, that's
instead.
what I was gonna do for that thumbnail. That one time I did it, but it was gonna take me way too long to like. Yeah, I wasn't prepared to go to those links.
Like,
at the time.
I'm trying to figure out if the meatballs would be with Spalletti's face,
Yeah,
or one
yeah.
giant
His
meatball. No, one giant meatball with just his dome and his eyes, and they're like a spaghetti around it.
I mean we can have layers.
Have layers, like different versions, or like
No,
like you know, like some people have like the stream like watch alongs. You can have one spalletti, and then during the post match talk, you have another spalletti.
I'm actually
Different
thinking now. I'm liking where this is going because we can set up 2 cameras for ourselves, right? We can stream up 2. I'm just gonna put a bowl of spaghetti right there with the camera just like on it
Spalletti.
for
Yeah,
the
but
whole match. Just one camera on a bowl of spaghetti.
But apparently, it's recent rumors. What I heard is that if he leaves, if he gets terminates his contract, he's not going to. He cannot coach for a year. Apparently,
Yes,
yes.
but
yes,
to
yes,
what
yes.
effect we still don't really know. We'll find out.
The fact you can appeal that the point penalty is too harsh. That's what you appeal.
Yeah.
You don't appeal because it's finished already. That part, that the case and the
And this
Could
is
you,
round
imagine,
5.
could you imagine if they appeal it and they win the appeal and the points come back in June? You know how ridiculous
wouldn't-
that would be?
I wouldn't bet on that. But
No,
maybe
no,
they
I
can
know.
give us.
But like,
Maybe they can give us the Conference League spot to fuck us up more. You know, because it's Conference League. Who gives a shit about Conference League?
Here we
now
go.
we have it's Jeff
With an
a
X.
J- with an X. It's Jeff. No, I'm just kidding. That's almost like Albanian because like Albanians use XH as like J's. So
Nobody
that's
understands
interesting.
you people though. So
And nobody does because it's like, for example, so you guys know Granit Xhaka from Arsenal. Everyone calls him like Xha. Like, no, it's
calls
Xhaka.
them
They're like,
that.
they're like, what? How does that even work? I'm like, it's just an Albanian thing. Just leave me alone. But he says, keep your heads up, Juventino. Even our haters can celebrate once in a blue moon. Yeah, no, 100%, my good sir.
We'll be
100%.
back. Definitely.
Yeah, the one team won their first trophy in 33 years. The other team, last year's team, first trophy in 12 years. The other team, first trophy in 12 years. Like, you see, like it's new for them. Let them enjoy it. Like, once at a time. We should be a bit generous. Let them enjoy some. But when we are back, it's no more food for them.
Game on.
David saying, let's go to Eastern Europe stadiums in front of 500 fans next year. Hey, you don't knock it until you try it, man. Some Eastern European countries, if you get past the smugglers, it's actually really fun.
I bet it could be.
Don't you get like mugged if you get after the smugglers?
Yeah, you go to places where my home country.
I had a friend who's Norwegian. He was on vacation in Poland, I think. As soon as he went out of the airport, he took the taxi to his hotel. The taxi didn't get him to the hotel. He went into another district,
I got
and then he got, what's the word for it? Like kidnapped, basically, for ransomed for his money.
Oh no!
So he gave half of his money that he has there, and then went back to the hotel. He drove him back to the hotel.
It's funny because it's like, when I go back to the old country when I'm visiting family, and it's like they'll be the same thing. Hey, be careful what taxis you go to. The worst thing, it's like, so when I'm visiting Albania, because like, yes, I can speak the language fluent, but I have a very heavy Americanized accent because I grew up in the States. So like when I would go somewhere, you go and you know this, Misak, you go into some of these like stores, these little village shacks where there's no prices on the items. It's what the owner decides them to be. So,
and they look at your face and they decide what they want to get.
They look at, it's like I walk in, and because I remember my family would say like, Dash, don't say a word, nothing. So it's like I go in the thing, and then it's like, it's funny because it's like they look at them, they'd look at me and be like, tourist.
Tourist. Like if they look at you, they're like, looks
looking at me, because like the thing is like, it's funny because I'm like full 100% Albanian. I was born over there. I was raised in the United States. I have blonde hair, blue eyes, totally opposite from a lot of Albanian norms. Because
I know that they're more black
hair, brown eyes. So it's like I go over there and they're looking at me and they're like, oh, Norwegian, Scandinavian, something like that. My favorite is they'll speak in Albanian. They'll say, who's this white guy? And I turn around and I say back in Albanian, yeah, where is he? I don't know what you guys are talking about. They're like, oh shit.
Oh shit, he's one of us.
He's one of us.
What? He's one of us, but why is he blonde?
What happened? What is he? I was genetically engineered in a test tube, guys. I don't know what to tell you with that one there.
KB, 2 years for us to be back. One without Champions League, and one will be back fighting for the title. We will fight for the titles.
I love them titles. I love them titles. Frankie saying we got to negotiate. I got to always negotiate Mexico for better prices. Hell yeah! That's why I always tell people never leave the Cancun resort.
Yeah, and Lebanon the same way. I'm telling you, but you have to know Arabic. That's the problem.
Americans are the worst. They don't know haggling. Wherever you go, if there's Americans around, they just won't. They don't haggle anymore because they just know they'll sell to American for full price and just screw them over.
What's funny is
there is no Arabic stores near you. Like you cannot haggle at an Arabic store. That's like a tradition there. You can haggle with them.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've got plenty.
Except if it's a food place, you do not haggle with food. Okay, it's very disrespectful.
It
is. With other stuff.
You don't know where I live, do you? It's somewhere between white English Canada and white French Canada.
So in French Canada, there's a lot of Lebanese, no?
No, so
there's one Lebanese family actually, and they run the shawarma. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, because where I'm at in Michigan, I'm near Dearborn, and Dearborn's like the second largest population of the Middle Eastern community in like the entire United States. I think it's probably the biggest. So there, I've seen it. Like I've seen it all. Like different stores. Yeah, go ahead.
Isn't LA like one of the biggest?
No, Dearborn actually has the biggest population density of Middle Easterns in the United States.
Well, that's a place I hope we'll never go to.
Yeah.
Not because of any ethnic demographic, but because it's Dearborn, Michigan.
Dearborn, Michigan. Like
Ottawa-ish.
I'm not in the city. Do they birth deers? That's why it's called Dearborn.
I don't know. The thing is, so Dearborn. So here's a little bit of a history lesson for you guys. So you guys know Ford Motor Company, Ford the automobile.
Yeah, it's
They named it Dearborn for some reason because like the city of Dearborn is
Dearborn
practically owned
Company?
by Ford. Ford practically like built everything in Dearborn. Why they picked Dearborn, I
Maybe
don't
a guy's
know.
name. Why is it called
Like
Dearborn?
Like Detroit makes sense because Detroit was based off of like the French that first came in there named it Detroit. Where it's like Dearborn, it's just kind of because Detroit's the biggest biggest conglomerate in Michigan, and then you have Dearborn, which is the second biggest conglomerate city. I don't know where they came with that name.
Is it Detroit like a shithole?
It's the Monopoly of the United States.
So it is a shithole. Like I know a lot of memes. Like what
It
goes
is.
on in Detroit is kind of. And funny enough, one of my closest friends now is an engineer, a mechanical engineer that works in Ford in Detroit.
Ford in
Right
Detroit.
now.
That's interesting. I didn't know Ford had buildings in Detroit, but somebody was saying there was a comment on here.
Henry Dearborn.
Henry Dearborn.
So this guy was born from a deer. That's why Henry Dearborn. Anyway,
Bones is saying they do that when I'm in El Salvador, so my dad would have to have my uncle who is there and does all the talking because I don't want to get haggled. David saying respect to all the Eagle brothers. That is in regards to us Albanians and people from Kosovo or Kosova. Awesome. Big respect, bro.
this is it. Like
Yeah, that's it. No, that's it. The double-headed eagle. KB says true. Americans buy whatever at full price. You know, the funny thing about it is whenever I have Americans asking me about going and doing trips into Europe, they're like, oh my God, I'm super excited. I'm like, guys, don't say you're from the United States.
Don't say
Why? What's wrong with that? You
Shut
will
up.
get haggled.
Just shut up. Don't talk.
Dave,
don't
you
talk.
muted yourself, Dave.
Oh
Yeah,
yes.
you just-
My wife decided that she was gonna do something funny.
My best idea for foreigners, Americans in like Arab or stuff, speak in sign language, man. Speak in sign language. Do not talk. And whenever you see the price is not correct, you give them the angry face, like, what's this? Like, no.
I love it. I like
David
how we're getting the bartering advice.
David is
now.
saying Germans too. I was in Egypt for holidays and saw them get fleeced for fake Gucci bags and even gave tips.
It's too easy in Egypt. They do it so easily, my
Well,
man.
it's easy because like the thing is like I'll say this: Europeans or like anything outside of the United States have perfected the art in making fake Prada, fake Gucci stuff, fake expensive stuff. Like you'll go into a flea market in Albania and then they'll be like, Gucci bag is good. 15 euro, easy, good bag. Look, it's nice.
Authentic. Directly
Right.
from Italy. I bring for you only.
It is there for you, perfect. And like you get it, and then it's like 2 weeks later, the leather starts wearing off. And what the fuck did I just do? But my favorite, because the thing is, like Albanians have perfected that. It's one of those things that, like I can gladly say that we've done to the T.
That's your claim to fame in
Man,
Albania.
Well,
You
the
can sell
thing
fake
is,
purses.
Honestly, you know what's even better than fake merchandise? It's misbranding of merchandise. Okay, in Lebanon we have a place called Abibas. Once in my life I saw this is called a Sunday shop in Lebanon. Okay, a Sunday shop. Basically, it's like stands. You go there on Sundays. It's open only. Stands of like for Syrians or workers like that sell you either stolen stuff or misbranded stuff. Basically, I found a shower head with a Mercedes sign, and he was telling me this was authentic, directly made from Germany, manufactured. A shower head, Mercedes shower head. It had the whole brand in it and the holes. And he said like he had a pump next to him, a water pump, and he would turn it on, and the water goes out like it's a Mercedes. So it was so fucking insane, man.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Abibas, Adidas, like
I have a set of Okies one time.
Yes.
Okies? Oh yeah, Okies.
Okies. I saw like he was telling me this is authentic Adidas Superstar. You know the Superstar brand? The three stripes. The thing was the Adidas brand, instead of having 3 Adidas, it's 2. Only 2.
Oh, that's
called AEEDAS Adidas. Like something else. I'm saying, like Habibi, what are you talking about? Like,
what is this?
What are you talking about? This isn't
David Davison. I saw Luis Buffon in Syria once.
You would
That's
see a lot of stuff.
awesome.
Like if you go now there in this Sunday shop, you can still see like a 2002 Brazilian Ronaldo. What's the name? Towels, basically towels that have lost their color already. Okay, they're almost like there's no color on that, but you can see the face of Ronaldo. They will tell you this is handmade today. Okay, not handmade today from Brazil. Back from Brazil, we brought it
they'll tell you this: fully tested, customer
fully
satisfaction guaranteed.
tested. Okay, it's not used. Don't worry if it's used. Yeah, I've seen a lot of stuff.
You know,
Oh man,
the best part is like you look at Xboxes and PlayStations, like the counterfeit PlayStations, the game stations they call it.
oh yeah, we have.
Linus Tech Tips just bought one for like $1,000 US.
By the way, there's one here in Qatar. They would sell you for about $50 a USB stick. You put it onto your TV, and you can play everything that there was on Sega for $50.
I believe
And-
it.
Like back
I believe
there
it.
is, and he would say with 2 joysticks. They give you 2 joysticks too for it.
And also a backdoor to China.
Of course, it's back. It's all made in China. I hear it's China and Arabic countries are like best friends. Everything's the same.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Albania. Like we actually have like a Chinatown in Albania, in Tirana, in the capital. There's like a lot of people that have left, like a lot of manufacturing people, as well as people have migrated over from China to Albania, and it's like legit like Chinatown. Like for example, if you took like a New York or a Los Angeles Chinatown, it literally mirrors it to the T. Like the last time I was there was kind of when it was getting built, because I haven't been. I haven't
Are
been
they
there
like
since then.
authentic New York Chinatown? Right?
It
here?
is. It is. Yeah, I know. It's like we have the Mickey Mouse and the Pikachu. We have it all. No, but like it's legit. Like I was actually
man.
impressed. Like I was really impressed. Like they had a ramen shop and everything, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, because the thing is like, because Albania was under communism since '91. So it's like Albania was like the epitome of isolationist. Like they are legitimately the North Korea of Eastern Europe at the time. Like
1 second. Since 1991,
yes,
did the
Since-
Soviet finish?
yeah, no, they finished,
91?
but they still kept them locked in. So it's
Okay.
So like their own government themselves. It wasn't even like, for example, the guy that took over wasn't really backed by the Soviets. He was just a terrible guy and was just like, I want everything. Like the dude killed his siblings almost for just to make sure no one would challenge him. But yeah, he kept the country completely locked in, isolated until '91. And then like if you guys look into it, there's a lot of history in that and stuff. But like for example, it's insane because it's like from 91 until like 2002 2003, it's like the Wild West. It was like the Wild West over there. Yeah, it's just a scramble. And then like you really started seeing the country modernize in the 2010s. The last time I was there was 2013. I'm obviously going to try to go back at some point, but yeah, because like the last time I went there, they were building modern shopping centers. Retailers from Italy were moving over and opening up shops. It was just the big thing that really got me was because the thing is I didn't know this, but communist Albania had a really good relationship with communist China. And like you were able, because Albania wouldn't let you go anywhere else besides China. So like, for example, you'd have some Chinese families and stuff come in over here from China, but there's like a lot of like, yeah, I couldn't believe it, but there was a legitimate Albanian Chinatown in a sense. Niket says, do they sell fake Rolexes? Absolutely. They call them Bolexes. Nick is asking me, have you seen Juve Club in Albania Champions League Final 2000? Yeah, we're nuts, man, when it comes to that stuff. Like Albanians are big followers of Serie A. David says, in all honesty, I want to go to Albania for holiday next year from what I saw. So yeah, David, I'll give you some insider information. If you go to the southwestern coast, Sarand, that's the main city, Sarand and Vlor. Those are like French Riviera at like budget prices. It's 5 stars, but you're paying 1 stars. So this is a little bit of a trade secret.
When you say 1 stars, is that like offsides?
No. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. I hate you, Dave, so much. No, but the thing is like it's 5-star resorts for 1-star prices. It's ridiculously cheap when it comes to that.
Oh
Main
man,
character? What the hell was that? But
this is hilarious. This has
that
to be a
is-
bot or
that
something.
has to be a bot.
This is a funny one, at least. At least it's
don't-
not like some broken English trying to
I
sound
know.
like
I'm
something.
wondering what that is. 22 sweating men. Is that what is that? Like, is he talking about like Juventino playing like
I have no idea.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
KB saying if they're not selling, yes, they do sell the OG Fat Pikachu. You just need to know where to look. You can find the OG Fat Pikachu in like flea market shops in Europe. It is there.
Well, I was just checking. Claudio Marquise wrote a great post, and I'm coming here. Somebody talking about kissing gays. What?
I don't know what that
I
was.
get
Main
okay, so
character,
it's somebody that just stumbled upon us talking football, and this must be like an NFL guy or something, because
But
he thinks that.
Did anybody, one of us, say we hate gays?
I don't.
No, it's just one of those. It's just some hate speech dude that came in. because
Yeah.
I don't know
Anyway.
what that is. That's so weird.
Well, 22 guys. There's 22 guys on the pitch, and he's basically saying that soccer is for gay men. Which,
Well, NFL. How many players play the NFL in the pitch? Like how many?
22. It's 22 as well.
Okay, so you see the same stuff then. 22 players.
I don't.
Anyway.
Yeah. I
whatever.
don't know.
It was so bad. It was funny.
Anyway,
I'm so
anyway,
confused.
yeah, the OG Pikachu's. We can see like I saw some like they were selling like Pikachu stuff, but branded as Pokemon. You know,
Pocketmon. Yeah.
no, Digimon with
Digimon.
Pokemon, like
Oh,
Pokemon stuff. So yeah, you know this thing a lot happens in Lebanon. So
My
if you
my favorite are the fake Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon cards back then, like the fake ones where it was just like some of the, like for example, if you guys know Yu-Gi-Oh, like it'd be Blue Eyes White Dragon, it'd be White Dragon, and then that would be it, like just like the counterfeit cards, trading cards, like Pikachu would be
What?
called Raichu. Like,
White
it was hilarious.
Dragon sounds like something you would do with those 22 sweating men.
like white dragon sounds like one of the beer. The White Claw, like White Claw, White Dragon.
Oh, that's not beer. That's water. Something that's like
Really?
water with
No, I don't
liquor in it.
know. You foreigners, you foreigners drink stuff.
You foreigners, get out of here.
You foreigners drink
Yeah.
stuff from the claw and the hand and the Anyway, so, same difference, of course. Bones. Nobody else wants to join our chat. We went off topic to another dimension, by the way.
That's fine.
We forgot completely with you. Anyway, you're talking. We didn't ask what would you guys do in the summer. I thought my.
No, we're going back to that. I want to go to dinner. Is what I want to do.
They want to eat.
You
I
wanna
said
eat
this.
KFC?
Hey, look,
You want to eat
I,
KFC?
I'm saying this. Club needs to figure out what they want to do, and the management needs to step up. That's probably the one thing I need to see from
direction. A clear
we
direction.
need direction. Like I don't understand why people want Elkin to come out and say stuff. Like Elkin has other
That's
things
not his
he's
job.
worried about. It's
Yeah.
not his job. It really isn't. Like you want to see the actual CEO of Juventus come out and say stuff, because like it's almost like, why are we relying on Elkin to say stuff? Elkin is, again, in charge of Exor. Exor has multiple portfolios, not just Juve. So it's like, us as Juventino, why are we waiting for Exor? Why are we waiting for Elkin to say stuff? You need your actual board to come out and say, hey, look, this isn't good. This isn't what we want. Like, I understand it's like a professionalism that's going on to it right now, because we are professional. We don't like to throw our laundry out there. But like at the end of the season, one of them has to come out and say, look, what Allegri did, not acceptable. We're parting ways with them. Or we need this, or we need to do this, or et cetera, et cetera. It's just, we need something for us to understand the situation, because right now we're getting a nothing burger. And I feel bad for Allegri, because the entire world wants to crucify a guy that has literally nothing to do with what's going on.
I would take a burger right now.
Burger.
Oh man, I have the air fryer. I have to hit the air fryer now, but it's freaking 2 a.m. already. I'm thinking of hitting the air fryer and making some crispies with curly fries.
Do it. Do it.
It's so good.
Guys,
Anyway,
I'm so
I'll do
hungry.
it.
All right,
I'm
I think we need to sign off, is what we're trying to say.
I need to go grocery
Exactly. And I agree with you, Dash, completely. Let them decide what the freaking plan is, because this cannot go long.
They don't
My
pay me enough for this.
My only problem is, let's say, if they push the punishment for the salary maneuver and the other case into next year, so we fumble 2 years of our lives for this thing. So may God help us. What can we do?
True. Very true. All right.
I did want to read this before we sign off because someone said because there's news reports you have been deducted 10 points, and someone responds saying 10. You mean 13?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They already know what they were
Oh.
gonna do. Like they
Oh,
did
yeah.
they were so smart. They were so
It was obvious.
smart
It's
that
so
they put the 10 points 10 minutes before the game. So automatically we got 13 points deducted.
so bad.
Pure banter. I gotta tell some jokes here.
We lightened the mood. We talked about counterfeit stuff, about misbranding, a lot of stuff.
22 sweating men.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, oh baby. Going deep, don't forget, going deep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go deep.
We went deep into this stream. But anyways, everybody, thanks for tuning on for this post-game /10 points shenanigans stream. Big thanks for our good friend Misak for hopping on, even though it is 2 a.m. in wherever he is. He is about to go make some curly fries. Dave is about to go eat some chicken. Hamza's probably eating some curry right now because I know he's probably eating too. Guys, we'll catch you in
chicken
some
with
point.
rice, boys.
Oh my God, say wallah habibi.
Okay.
But
Voila, baby.
So hungry. So hungry. I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks,
so,
guys.
We'll catch you on the next one, guys. See ya.
Bye.
See ya.